talk that. Welcome to South Florida. Yeah. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. Welcome to South Florida. The bottom of the clip, but the gunshine stay high. What them boys still voting in that way. Big play, get it for the 18 if you straight. Get K and stop hating, it's the model of the state. A lot of face, but it's still real around here. That foreign talk, that can get you killed down here. Niggas better learn the lingo, cause they'll be looking for you in that water finding Nemo. See, Palm Beach County be the craziest. Them Bryan County niggas be the craziest. And them Dade County niggas be the wildest. Shout out to Bell Glaze and my niggas at Fort Myers. Salute to all my Florida boys out here on the grind. When niggas out here getting dough with that snow and the sunshine. Ducking 9, waiting at the port to bring in that order. Cause niggas like the pen don't come across that water.
So listen, man, here go Restrepo. Here's Restrepo, who was out here early when they didn't have on equipment, throwing passes to the wide receivers. He was the one playing quarterback, throwing passes to the wide receivers. Wasn't any quarterbacks out here with the receivers. Restrepo's still a couple of weeks out, man. But once we get Restrepo back, that will add to a George and a Kobe Young and a Keyshawn Smith and a wide receiver core that has been hit with injuries, but is slowly getting healthy again. See if Miami can get the offense on track. Jerseys on. Feels good in the stadium. Nice day out. Got the stuff to Romello Brinson. They say taking it one day at a time, man. It seems like Romello is going to just be patient, man, and wait it out. He's taking it one day at a time. And I just told him, man, listen, bro, everything don't come right away. Keep working, man, going hard at it. Eventually things will come to you. If you don't know what the member group me is, if you're not in the member group me, you're not a football villa. Whenever this video released for you, I'm not sure when it's released for you, but Chase Smith is probably going for the season. That's one that we talked about for the last week that I haven't heard anybody really talking about. But that's what we do in the group. Oh, so this week, man, we put together a show. What we did is James Williams really overrated, and the concept was, hey, listen, I'm going to go find the top recruits that came out with James. James was the number one safety coming out, and I think 2020, I think that was. So we went to go find the top 25 safeties under him that came out. Let's see what they were doing.
I'm gonna get it here. Hold up.
I didn't know what we were.
Bam, he's down there. Kind of something I want to get in here and talk to y'all about real fast. We got Twitter Space tonight going on 7:30 tonight. We got a Twitter Space. First of all, 786-405-9499. We're not going to be on here long at all. But I got something I wanted to talk to y'all about to get y'all take on this. 786-405-9499. Y'all want to get down with IOD. 786-405-9499. If y'all want to get down with IOD Squad. We've been getting money on IOD Squad this week. I can't lie. Market doing what we wanted to do. Market being nice. Market being nice. Mm-hmm. One second. I want to get in here and talk to y'all about what's going on in Auburn and kind of the big picture of, I don't know if it's big picture or not. With Bryan Harsin, Auburn's coach, they're claiming he said he's not taking any red shirts. He's not keeping any red shirts, and you got to go. I'm going to find a quote for you. They asked him They asked him about it. And he had some choice words. He said a whole bunch, right? He said a whole lot, but didn't say much. I mean, we hear that a lot in our press conferences too. I ain't gonna indict nobody for. I'm gonna bring my boy Rich in here, man. I ain't gonna indict nobody for that. We hear a lot of gibberish talk at our own press conferences, so I can't talk too much about that. But he said a lot. I'm looking for the quote. I'm gonna bring Rich in here. Rich, what's going on, bro?
Yo, how's it going?
What's up, bro? I'm looking for the quote. The reporter asked him about this, and at a press conference, and he actually gave an answer, a long answer. And if we look for it, I'm gonna get you to read it. I'm gonna find it for you. He gave a long answer, but you see what's going on, right, Rich?
Yeah.
And I think this is where we're going. What you think about it, dog?
Well, I was reading a Sports Illustrated article,
Mhm.
or Auburn Daily, I guess. And it's two kids who wanted to transfer or announced that they're gonna transfer. And then there's a third one. No, the one of them is a tight end, and he wants to transfer because the coaches he was a tight end. They told him to lose weight and play receiver. He lost weight and played and is now at receiver, but he's only got one reception for 24 yards on the year. So that's what stems from why he wants to transfer. Because I wanted to figure that part out. I don't think Auburn is doing that well this season, but I don't think they're doing that bad either.
Right.
But for one of the kids, this stems from the coaching staff saying, "Hey, I want you to do this because I want you to play this position." He does it, and now they like, "Nah, you like fourth string." So
Listen, out of his 18 recruits he brought in 21, 9 of them are gone.
Half the team.
Out of the 18 recruits he brought in, 9 of them are gone. Real interesting. Check this out. Real interesting. I went and covered this kid in Auburn, and I talked about him. Briefly. I went and covered. I actually told this story before, dog. Watch how this come all the way home.
Back for the members, man, because we appreciate y'all. We missed a little bit, man.
I went to cover Richard Young about 2 years ago, right? And end up covering a kid named Tavares Dawson. I think he had 4 touchdowns that night. But Richard Young didn't really do anything. I've told you this story before, Rich, right? This is Tavares Dawson right here. I think he had. I'm gonna get it straight because I got it right here. I think he had that night 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. Committed to Auburn. Had never visited Auburn. I know y'all heard me tell this story before. Had never visited Auburn. Committed to Auburn. He was balling that night. So the way it went was at halftime. At halftime, I said, "You get one more interception, I'm gonna give you $100." It was $50 or $100. It was something like that. I recorded it all. And a real fast story. I was like at halftime. I said, "If you get another interception, I'm gonna give you." I think it was $50, $100, something like that. I know I have to have it on here. And he ended up not getting another touchdown, but what he got was another interception. Yeah, he ended up not getting a touchdown, but what he got was another two. He got 2 more interceptions in the second half. Straight balling, right? But I never put out the video. I never put the video out because I gave him money, right? And then
Yeah,
I talked to the coach, and I wasn't sure that that was legal.
that
And
was
that's crazy.
pre NIL.
Yeah, but that was kind of crazy. You know what I'm saying? But I wasn't sure that it was legal, so I just left it alone. Um, and I held the video and held the video, and I really didn't. I just held it. I really didn't do anything with it. But here is Tavares Dawson. So he ended up going to Auburn. I think they made him a wide receiver. And here's Tavares Dawson 52 minutes ago. And all the players are coming out with this same speech saying that they're leaving Auburn. So 52 minutes ago, I think he jumps in the, you know what I'm saying? I think he jumps in the transfer portal. That's when I
That's
saw
new.
it. Huh?
That's new.
Mm-hmm.
Because aside from the two kids who basically got got denied, yeah, you might see a lot more kids say, you know
It's
what, they
a
quit on the
bro.
coach.
Yeah, and if you read it, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if you know where he's going. Real family, I just wish to think things could have been a little different on the football field. It hurts to leave, but I really think he had been there 2 years. I'm looking at his I think he had been there 2 years. And we're gonna get deeper in this on the Ainville experience. We're gonna shoot deeper into this. But when you look at what's going on, it's the result. Yeah, he had been there 2 years. He had 2 receptions. He had 2 receptions in 2 years. 5'10", 161 pounds. The kid could play. I was impressed with him that night. I thought he was bigger than 5'10", but I was impressed with him that night. He said the hood been playing since Little League. Man, y'all wow. So now we got a Twitter space tonight, 7:30. But we're going to get into this, Rich, because what I think is happening is this is the evolution of the transfer portal. They
It
give you a
is.
little bit because they were about to take a lot. So
But check it though. Check
Uh-huh.
it. I'm gonna let you finish your thought because I got some thoughts on that too.
So what's happening is that because you can get up and leave, which gave responsibility. Okay, you can get up and leave. You grown now, right? Like your parents, you grown.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well we're gonna act grown too. Pay some bills. So now they done gave them a little money, and they said they can get up and leave. But with freedom, money comes responsibility. And I think the coaches are saying, we don't have to develop you anymore. There's a Kobe Young at Last Chance U. And he ready, he want to play. So the coach is saying, you ain't ready to play, man. Go develop yourself at JUCO. Or go develop somewhere else. We ain't got time. We don't got time because guess what? After 6 games, if we 2-4, they on my ass. That's Cristobal. And that's what I think the transfer portal. But I knew it was coming. This is what I saw from the beginning. They give a little bit, and they take a lot. Go ahead, bro. And we're gonna get up out of here. We got a Twitter space coming. Go. So you ain't got to rush. Go run it.
So I see a couple things. So one, just looking at the rules per the NCAA, they prohibit players from entering the transfer portal outside of a defined window, which is like a 45-day period that begins the day after championship selections, whatever that means, are made. That's the first window, and then the second window where you can't transfer is May 1st through May 15th, so right after spring season. So basically 45 days after the first Division 1 Power 5 game, you can no longer transfer unless your coach is abruptly fired, right? If your coach is fired during the middle of the season, then you could go ahead and transfer. So in some cases, even in this rule, they were looking out for the coaches because they're like, well, if a kid is on your team the first 4 games and if it's not going well, we're going to prohibit them from going anywhere, right? But this coach, knowing what the rules are, told kids that I'm not going to redshirt you. You're going to have to burn a year of eligibility. and transfer to another school after that. So, in my opinion, I feel like the coaches are reaching a little bit, and that may end up biting coaches in the butt too. Because I always say this all the time: Jimbo Fisher ain't developed Dalvin Cook. So now here's what it's gonna boil down to. You are absolutely right. I feel like the kids are gonna have to really, really choose schools because they like the damn school and they like the people that they're associated with. It's really gonna come down to that. It could also come down to money, but for these coaches, that means the leash is shorter for you too. If you get a whole bunch of 5 stars like Texas A&M, and you can't win, then your ass need to be fired. Because if I'm a kid, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna exercise my power. Me and all my boys, we ain't playing until they get you out of here. It's now real business.
I think coaches already had a short leash though. How short can it get?
All right, let me give you an example.
Okay.
Look at the Urban Meyer effect. If you can't do that in Power 5, then you're gonna get fired.
What you saying? After year 1? I don't know, dog. I don't know. I don't know. No. So you think they're gonna force coaches into flipping their roster? And I think that might. I don't know. That's what you think?
Because think about it. We already understand that some of those kids who are 3 stars are gonna have to go to JUCO, right? We see that already. But what I'm saying is now some of those guys who do have leverage, like the 4 and 5 star kids, if they come to Miami and halfway through the season, Miami's 3 and 4, they're gonna be like, fuck that. I ain't waiting on nothing. I'm gonna go to XYZ. So I see that side of it, but I also see the Quinn Ewers side of it too. Where you sit down, burn a red shirt, get free stuff, and $1 million in NIL money. Your ass don't ever play, and then you transfer to Texas. So it's 2 sides to it.
It's 2 sides. It's business that you're gonna have to see. And I see people saying he's special. They're gonna fire him. He does. He the same one that hit the blotter last year for messing with the girl. His but sometimes I'm cautioned when we start calling people crazy because that's just a dismissive term when we don't understand. I think what he's thinking is the same thing that may be happening in our locker room.
Yeah.
Somebody got to go. So when we talk about Mario saying it, y'all talk about it all night long. Hey man, many players that can't cut it got to go, right? Don't y'all say it all night long, right? What he's saying is that, I can see many players from a mile away. And when I say many players, right, I'm talking about the guys who can't cut it. There's going to be some guys from Manny regime that convert, that worked hard, that was trying to get. Cam Kitchens was recruited by Manny. James Williams was recruited by Manny. You know what I'm saying? Like they work hard. They on the field. Like these guys was recruited by Manny. So when I'm talking about the ones that can't cut it. What he's saying is we don't have a spot for you to just sit here for 4 or 5 years. And we can name a couple kids like this, been sitting here for 3 years. He's saying, go. It's a transfer portal. We have to replace you. My job's on the line.
Yeah.
Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it mean?
No.
I think they said I think they said everybody but the hurt guys. Like if you're a medical red shirt, he said you fine. you can live.
Yeah, and that's because of the red tape behind trying to cut a player that's injured. I mean, it could be a lot of lawsuits behind that.
Right.
So, yeah, you can stay on campus and get healed up, but Still, if you hit the practice field and you can't cut the mustard after you're already healed, then you got to go. My thing is this though. They tried to put limitations in place as to when a player can enter the transfer portal. But are we going to start to see like a week to week thing like the NFL where after week 3, Jahmyr Gibbs enters the transfer portal and it's going to go to Ohio State?
It's time limits on it, ain't it?
It is now. Like after 45 days into the season, you can't hit the transfer portal.
I got something for you to read. Well, how you read out loud, bro? You the one with all the degrees and all the education and stuff, bro. I'm gonna see something to read. I'm seeing something to read. All right. What do you want? Can I send it to Twitter?
Either is fine.
Let me see if I can direct message to you. This is what he was asked, and his answer. Boy, his answer is special.
Let's see what he talking
I just tweeted. I just sent it to you. His answer is special. I'm gonna pull it up. I don't know if y'all can see this though.
I got it.
You got it?
Yep. So I'm gonna go ahead and read it real quick. So
go ahead.
So when asked about the report that he's denying redshirts to players unless they're medically needed, his overall process was this. What's the overall process when you do come up with those decisions? Well, like I said earlier, obviously every player that comes in, we know who has them. We monitor that, and we do every single week. That was just some bullshit. I don't even know what that sentence means.
You talking about red shirts? What are you talking about? Every player that comes in, we know they have them. The red shirts? That's what you talking about?
Yeah, he said we know who has them. What is it? That's some hood shit. I don't. So then he says it all goes back to what is needed and who's out there also putting themselves in position to be able to play and who can help us play. We monitor that as a staff, and we continue to monitor that with guys. If they're not going to be able to go out there and play for us, and there's guys ahead of them, and they're young players, if they have a redshirt year, that's usually when they're able to use it. But overall, every guy that comes in here, they're coming in here to play. That's what we go through every single week. What is the plan? How do we utilize our players to help us and their teammates to be successful and go win ball games? The coaches monitor, all right, how many times those guys have played, how many games those guys have played, and how we've used them. At the end of the day, guys are here to play, and we want to make sure that we allow our guys to do that.
I'm gonna start answering my girlfriend like that.
That was some word salad.
Right.
Bullshit. Like, what is he trying to say?
He said, but it's in there. He said it. It's in there.
He pretty much said if you don't have a guy, if you don't got a guy ahead of you that's like a superstar, like All-American, and your ass can play, he gonna play you. Because that's what you came here to do. You came here to play. But
yeah,
if
but
you
go ahead. But they're asking him, are you telling people to go home?
Yes.
That's what it sounds like.
That's what it sounds. And I get it because, like you said, his job is on the line. If kids don't want to play, because he's not playing developmental league. I struggle with this, and maybe I'm on the side of the players. But I'm almost like, then why the hell they pay you $1 million for?
To win games.
Okay, they pay you to win games.
Michigan State.
Yeah, and they gave him $90 million.
Michigan State. They play him to win the game.
Now it looks like he might be the next brother to get that severance package. But
he didn't. We thought he was going to be fired last time, but he didn't get fired. So is he forward thinking or is he a moron? You know what I'm saying? Like,
maybe I wish he would, when he does get fired. I hope he can do an interview and talk about his thought process in getting 45 kids in the transfer portal. and how was he so good at doing it too? Like,
who?
You got him, London, because that's his name, right? Mike London.
What? Who? This guy, Bryan Harsin?
No, the Michigan
black
State
guy?
coach. Yeah.
Oh no, I read an article. He sat him down. He sat him down and talked to him. I read an article about it.
But you got GMs in the NFL who can't do that.
No, I'm gonna send it to you. It's a whole article on how he did it. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of them wanted to leave too. You remember Michigan State was going through a lot when it comes to remember the rape, and all of that crazy stuff.
Yeah.
No, he sat him down. That's how he did it. So listen, bro, we got a Twitter space that's starting, man. Rich, I told you we're gonna be a quick one, man. We're gonna get up out of here, all right?
All right, man.
But I just wanted to talk about that. I wanted to talk about that because we're going to elaborate on that because this flows right into what I think is going on in our locker room and what I think is going on across college football and how it's shaking kids up. You know what I'm saying? There go the Twitter space right there, man. Y'all go jump in for us. But yeah, man, 786-405-9499. See you in the space, Rich. If you ain't going to the strip club, ain't no strip clubs in Orlando.
You're right.
All right. All right, bro. Listen, man, 786-405-9499. About to go jump in this Twitter space. Don't put off tomorrow something y'all could do today. I was going to show y'all the games we got in IOD Squad. You know what I'm saying? But just 786-405-9499 if you want a one-on-one or you want to get an IOD Squad and watch us invest and learn how to invest and do something with your money other than spend it on, I don't know what y'all be buying, Apple Jacks and Coronas. It's D-Man. I'm up out of here.